The second day's fighting became an attack on each flank of the Federal position. Lee wanted Ewell's corps to attack Cemetery Hill, Culp's Hill, and try to storm the Union right flank. Longstreet's corps was supposed to attack the Union left. Lee wanted Longstreet to concentrate on the Round Tops because if he could hold those, Confederate artillery up on those hills could then sweep down the line and make it untenable and force the United States to either attack or to retreat, and then Lee hoped to make something out of that maneuver, that is, to attack the enemy while he's moving. Always a good idea. Ewell, on the second day, did begin quite early in the morning. Indeed, earlier than Longstreet was even thinking about moving. And consequently, the two Confederate attacks were ill-coordinated. Ewell's was over before Longstreet barely began. Ewell was successful, some of his troops were, in taking some of Culp's Hill. And for a while, some troops commanded by Jubal Early actually held the crest. But they weren't there in enough strength, and reinforcements from the Union Army of the Potomac drove them off. Generally, historians have believed that Longstreet was entirely too slow and perhaps even criminally late in his attacks on the second day. Lee intended that Longstreet attack early, perhaps not at dawn, as some critics have claimed, but certainly as early in the morning as possible. Longstreet insisted after the fact that Lee never ordered him to do anything until 11 o'clock in the morning. Well, that may be true, because Lee encountered Longstreet at 11 once he realized that Longstreet had done nothing, had moved nowhere, and then directed him to make his attack. It took Longstreet a long time to get his corps into action. This was true because he took a circuitous route to get to what he thought might be the Union left flank. A scout sent up there by Lee earlier in the day had found the Round Tops empty. Actually, it's very difficult to imagine that this Confederate scout did find them empty, because in fact there were Union troops moving all around. It may have been that this Confederate simply didn't see. It may have been that the timing of his foray to the Round Tops coincided with the Union forces being out of sight and the roadways being obscured by trees or whatever. In any event, the impression prevailed that the Round Tops were entirely free of Union troops, and Longstreet went to great lengths to conceal his approach march, led by this, or guided, not led, and that's maybe a crucial factor, guided by the same man that Lee had sent up to scout Round Tops. Longstreet did some backtracking and marched around in some circles in order to cover the fact that his corps was there. And so his attack never began until mid to late afternoon.